All right. Thank you. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for this opportunity, another opportunity to try my absolute best, try my best to be a light while I'm in this reality. Thank you, brother, for joining me. Nazreen, Elijah, Mahalia, thank you. Again, Creator, thank you for this opportunity to just try to minister to my brethren, to serve my brethren, to show my brethren that I'm a brother in the world like they are. And you seem to have shown us the reason why we're here. You seem to have woken us up to what it's all about, what this reality for us is all about. It's an astounding, I don't know what the word is for revelation that you have given us, showing us, electing us to know what we are supposed to be about in this reality. It's all about our spirit. It's all about us. We're in the womb. We didn't have a choice to be born physically. We got a choice to be born spiritually. And it's a crying shame. It's an amazing thing that the whole world doesn't know, does not care, does not realize the implications of the decisions they make in the current reality. That if there was anything that is hard, Creator, EOE, Jehovah, that you've shown me about this reality is the lack of faith, is the darkness that is in the world today, and the way that the world makes me feel that I'm crazy, that I mean, the way that the world makes me feel that I'm out of place, that I'm weird, that I'm kooky, that it seems like you really have allowed me, speaking only for myself, to be beat up by the unbelief in the world. And if anything is hard about being a faithist, which is what you call your sons and daughters right now, it's the unbelief. I'm gonna move this incense, it's gonna choke me out. If anything that you have shown me, Jehovah, is that
The eternal kingdom, I don't know how to describe it, but you have to work for it. It seems to me that we have to overcome. Hi, Charisse. Jehovah, it seems to me that you showing me that it's just like with anything worth having, you got to work for it, man. It seemed like you showing me that I got to overcome myself. Creator, it seemed like you showing me that your brethren, your are not brethren, but your sons and daughters, it seemed like you showing me that we are really being tested and tried. It seemed like you really showing me that we had to struggle with ourselves. We got to deal with the unbelief around us. We got to deal with doubt. We got to deal with insecurity. It's like you done shown us in our heart. We got this assurance in our heart, but it's like we still have this. Well, not we, but I just speak for myself. It just seemed like I believe in fairy tales when I look at the world, and there's such a lack of witness, and all we really got is the OAHSPE. And I shouldn't say all we got, but your word is so powerful that it seemed almost easy to go against the world, to believe something that nobody can receive. The darkness, if there's anything hard about being a faith, this is the unenlightenment that is in the world today. The way no one can refute what brethren, faithists say when we are called upon to give an answer. By far, no one can refute what we have to say. But it seemed like, Creator, you showing us the power of, what's a good word for single-mindedness, for closed-mindedness? And it's just, for me, I just speak for myself, Creator. It's hard on me. It's hard on me to see the logic of your ways, the love of your ways, how you are telling us of a much farther, greater, better kingdom, the brotherhood of man, and how it is rejected. You showing me the true spirit of man, how he's vain. He's vain. He loves vainglory, even to the point where he will try to lie against you, twist your word. Man is satisfied with this little crumb of a life which lasts only for a vapor. His pride is more important, and I don't want to make myself sound like I'm great, but the thickness of the pride of man, which keeps him from your word, and it's hard on me. That's all I know. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, Creator, but I know that my brethren, sisters, they go through similar things in this reality. I pray you just can make us to endure. I know you're going to make us endure it. We're going to endure ourselves. We're going to endure our mind. We're going to endure the world. And I just pray that whatever help with the Ashars, that you strengthen our Ashars so we can make it. I pray you bless my broadcast, that you help me say something, just anything that I might encourage a brother. I thank you that I'm imperfect, and that you give me the opportunity to try to help anybody that you help, that you bring to this room. And I pray you minister to them whatever way. You use me to minister to them. Use my brethren and sisters here. So, Creator, thank you. Brethren, thank you for joining me. My name is Yaiquab Ben Yisrael. Welcome to my channel, where I get a kick out of trying to say something to you. You know, I get a kick out of, if you want to come and share something, testify, you want us to talk to you. Oh, you know what? Let me put the link in the room. Put the link in the room in case, I'm glad that I got you for another Friday before the weekend get a hold of all of us, where the world really do a lot of its damage, you know. All right, Elijah, brother. Oh, I saw you earlier. I didn't see you. Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here, man. You know. So I got you, brethren, for another Friday. I give thanks to the Creator for that, and it's an opportunity for us to shape our spirit, to hear the word, that hear the OAHSPE, the Practical Guidebook Revelation, so that we can hear words that can go down into our spirit and shape our DNA, even in ways that, you know, even I mean, you know, like when you in the womb, when we was in the womb before we were physically born, we were being shaped. We don't know how. You know what I mean? Our form, our features, all of that was being shaped in the womb. We didn't know how it was being put together. You know, I read in the Nag Hammadi that the spirit joins with the embryo 40 days after conception. I don't know. You know, I'm finding out a lot of things about the Nag Hammadi is, okay, Elijah, yeah, I'm sick too, man. You know, about 15 minutes before the video, I was really struggling with trying to go on, you know. And then wouldn't you know it, check this out. Now that you remind me, okay, brother, you're going to be listening in. Okay, good. I'm glad, brother. So, yeah, the reading is going to be from Ouranothen part 2. I'm going to pick up more on what I talked about yesterday. But about half hour before doing the video, I just felt like, man, I can't make it. I can't. You know, I just feel too bad. I feel too bad. And I know what I did wrong. You know, earlier today, I went and grabbed a handful of pumpkin cake and ate it. And my spirit was saying, Yaiqua, why, brother? Why are you doing this? You know you're going to regret it. You know it ain't good for you. Why, brother? You know? And I said, because I'm weak that way. Sometimes I let my appetite get the best of me. You know, I do good about 98% of the time, but then there are sometimes, you know, I just get jumped on. I get attacked. My appetite attacked me, you know. And so I had a slice of cake in the refrigerator and I grabbed it and ate it, you know. And then I had another bad thing for me, some top ramen noodles. You know, I hear people won't go near that stuff, you know, but I'm in a situation, man, you know, I don't have like a five-star menu budget, you know. A lot of times I have to eat what I can find, you know. I ain't complaining, I'm just saying. You know, these proper diets and what they tell you to eat and drink, and that stuff costs money, man, you know. So a little bit before the video, I said, oh man, I can't. I feel too bad. And then I heard a knock. Now tell me, this is the Creator, man. I'm telling you the truth, brethren. This is the Creator, man. So I was struggling. Should I cancel? I feel real bad. And then I heard a knock on the door. I said, who is it? It says, John. John is my neighbor. I said, what do you want? He said, I got a package. You got a package outside of your door. And I had ordered like some, you know, it's, you know, the winter time. And you got to start covering up. And I ordered some smocks. You know, those things, you can just throw them over your head, you know. And then it covers you, it goes down to your knees, you know. And so I found some cotton smocks. And I like the way they look too, you know. I said, oh, that's what it must be. That's probably what those are, you know. So I didn't go out there for a while. And right before, when I was thinking about canceling, I said, let me go out and see what it is. So I went out and grabbed it. And it was a bunch of medicine that the VA sent to me, right? Really, it was replenishments for what I'm already taking. You know, I got to take heart medication. I got to take something for my thyroid, you know, and there's this type of lotion that I really like it, called A&D. You know, it's real thick and smooth, and it don't leave no dry skin. It lasts a long time, and And so it just so happens all that was a refill. But she also sent me some cold medicine, you know, right on time, man. And I was coughing my head off, man. And I opened the bag and there it was, you know. And I knew immediately that's how the creator worked. Now I feel fine. You know, I took a little bit of it, you know. It tastes like cherry, you know. It tastes like cherry juice. It's really sweet. And I took a little sip, man, and then I was good to go. And you see, it's little things like that that I like to try to share with you, brethren. I can share something else with you, brethren. You know, I found out a couple of days ago. Matter of fact, see, don't get me started, man. You know what I'm saying? I've written 9 books. See, now you see why, right? I'm going to finish my 9th book. See, so when I say, look, man, don't get me started, I'll start testifying. You know, that's mostly what I got in my books. You know, you notice I don't really push them on my channel. I don't think I'm a good writer. And it's really, I wrote them so it's a testimony that I want to lay down on the earth so that when I cross over into the spirit, my testimony of the creator, it'll go with me. I want, you know, the angels to carry my books for me, and then I can explain them to the creator. And so it's just for testimony's sake, you know, so I don't push them that much. But when I say don't get me started, man, because I'll get going and I'll talk all year long, you know. So I'm just giving you a little bit. And so a couple of days ago, somebody called me. Hey, Chuck, if you're listening, my brother, I don't know if he's listening, but I'll say it anyway in case he look at the video, you know. And he knows that I have a case, a claim against the VA. For, you know, when I was in the military, I suffered lead poisoning and all, you know, they had me, they just roasted me in toxins. You know, I'm just a walking toxin and dump, you know, and is now bearing fruit in my body. But I don't care, you know, I'm just glad the creator has made it so that I can redeem the time. That's the only thing, man. As long as he showed me how to redeem the time, then to me, everything's all right, brother. And the same for you, brothers and sisters. As long as you know how to redeem the time, don't get upset at anything, man. You know, you just keep on. A Mexican, he used to say to me when I used to show up at work, he used to say, hey, bro, you still stacking dollars? He used to say, hey, brother, you stacking dollars? What he meant is you getting ahead or is you getting left behind, you know? Same way for faith. Are you stacking dollars? Are you redeeming the time, man? You know? See, that's spiritual translation of stacking dollars. Are you stacking dollars? Are you redeeming the time? Which means working on your mind, which translates to working and shaping your spirit, which translates to making you a beautiful person, man. You know? And so, you know, the my testimony, you know, I found out a couple of days ago, a guy, he called me. He said, hey. He said, I'm from the VA, man. He said, you know, we've been rejecting you, and I'm calling you because you wanted to file an appeal. Well, I'm the appeal, you know. Now I've been waiting 4 or 5 years for this, right? He says, so tell me your point, you know, tell me your view. And so I started, evidently, I said a key phrase, right? He said, that's it right there. That's it. He said, that's it. I said, what? He said, you said it, the key word. doctor's note. He said, you said it. He said, you don't have to go no further. In other words, like, you're going to get approved, right? And I said, you sure, man? You don't want to ask me no questions or anything? You don't want, don't you have any more you want to ask me? Or, because I'd been waiting for like 4 years for this whole thing. He said, nope, nope. He said, that's all I need to hear right there. I said, so you telling me I'm approved? He said, I can't tell you that. He said, you got to wait till next week. And he was dying to tell me that you home free, because he even slipped up and then acted like he was correcting it himself. 4 years I've been waiting on this, and I don't expect you, brethren, to remember, but I was sharing how I was in the process of looking for a van where I could just pull up in there with my chair, my power chair. I don't know if y'all remember that. I don't expect you to, a couple months back. And I went down to this one business to look at a van, and the guy said, hey. He said, what are you looking for? I said, hey, I need a van that I can roll my power chair up into. I said, you got those vans where you can, well, it was a business that sold them, and I pulled up in the parking lot, and he saw me, came out and talked to me. I said, I need one of those vans. Hey, where I could drive up into it. I said, how much is it? He said, $53,000, I said, I can't afford it later. He said, hey. hey. He said, hey, you're a vet, right? I said, yeah. You're a disabled vet. I said, yeah. He said, hey. He said, now let's talk about this, because there's all kind of programs for you to help guys like you, right? He said, are you service connected? I said, yeah, I'm 60%. He said, hey. He said, now there's programs where they can purchase one for you, Now, I appreciated him trying to help me like that, although I knew what he was going to tell me, and I wasn't going to be eligible for one. And I let him talk to me and tell me what I knew wasn't going to work for me. I just let him talk to me. Hey, I'm going to give you this number. You call this lady. She's going to call your department in the VA, and she's going to set it up. I said, okay, man, here's my number and information. And nothing came to pass, right? But I was appreciating the way he was sincere, and he wanted to help me, And really, I saw the creator behind everything that was going on. And that was about a month and a half ago. Hey, Fritz, brother. All right, man. Thanks for checking in. I'm just testifying real quick. And so he said, let me get your number. Let me give it to this lady here. And she's going to look into trying to get you to where we'll finance it for you. We will purchase it for you. There's programs for disabled veterans like you where they'll purchase it for you. Now, I do have to admit to really thinking this, I'm a faithist and I ain't a racist, but sometimes I still be having thoughts I have to see. This is what I'm trying to rid myself of. And I'm suspicious of programs, I believe that as a native, and when I say native, I mean Negroes too. I'm including Negroes. I believe that while we're under this system of governance, I believe that there is corruption. I believe that there is a way the government can distribute wealth for one class of people and not another. When you start dealing with documents, they can have codes that signify Negro, Native, or English, British, you know. So that equals approval or denial. Now, I'm not I'm not naive, man. That type of stuff does go on in our reality. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? Just cause we your faith is, it don't mean that you don't you're not subjected to this type of thing. Green tea. So let's not kid ourselves, okay? Now come on, man. So the guy was talking to me and he said all these programs, and he probably don't know these type of things, and he was speaking out of the innocency of his heart. It was a white man, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to qualify, but I let him talk to me like, I might be able to, qualify, and he was all excited for me, and I knew what the deal was, and so I played ball with him, and then I never heard back from the lady, and it make you suspicious as a native, of the system. All right. So anyway, that was a couple months ago, and then yesterday I found out I'll probably have one of them daggone things next month. A van, a brand spanking new van where I could drive up into that sucker. Just the other day, man, that guy called me. He said, hey, I heard you wanted an appeal, the appeal where we rejected you in February. He said, all right, what's your story? I said, man, I got 2 doctor's letters. He said, oh, that's it right there. That's it, man. I said, you wanted me to talk to you about why I was appealing my case. He said, man, that's it. He said, you said it. We can hang up the phone now. I said, well, am I approved or not? He said, I can't tell you that. I said, what am I hearing from you? He said, 2 weeks. He said, but if we decide to pay you, you're going to get paid next week. 5 years of back pay. See? And I know you brethren are curious. About $50,000. See? And I'm going to go right out and get the van where I could drive up into it. Now, I'm not trying to brag or boast or anything, because when you read the OAHSPE, I'm not complaining. Hey, if you want to compensate me, go ahead. But if not, it don't really matter, man. I'll be thankful either way. When they rejected me, I gave thanks. If they approve me, I'm gonna give thanks. It don't matter, man. It's the Creator. See? And you should be able to testify like that too, you brethren. You got to, your testimony, that's what you could think about when you have low times, you don't feel faithful, bad days. You can't see the Creator. You don't see him nowhere. You don't know how he works. You don't know if there is a Creator, this could have been a book written by anybody. You start getting up under that spirit. You need some things to think about, man. About that one time, about that other time when you didn't think you was going to make it, about that other time, or that other time, or you didn't understand this, or you better think about those times, man, so that we can make it. The Creator, that's the way he worked. The Creator's a lot like a woman. She don't come clean with you on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth date, man. Yeah, I'm gonna marry you. Yeah, I'm gonna be yours. She make you work for it. Keep you questioning. But deep inside, man, you know that she's going for you as long as you keep walking right and talking right. She know at some point you're gonna get it, man, and she's spending time with you. That means that's your shot right there, brother. She's spending time with you, you stupid knucklehead. That means don't blow it. You know? Creator the same way. He expect you to pay attention so that you have strength to put away doubt, man. You get a little assurance. Just wait on him, You wait on him, man. He gonna come through, is what I'm saying. See? That's what I'm talking to you about, Yeah, I'm excited. But it don't make a difference, man. I would have still been doing videos anyway. If the dude would have said, look, man, you a Negro, what make you think, man, we gonna compensate you? Man, why don't you kiss off, man? Don't you know how it worked by now? If he'd have said something like that, it wouldn't have been no change between me and the Creator. I'd have just come on and just, it would have been, everything would be everything. Just keep on keeping on, man. That's how I go with the Creator. You see? Matter of fact, there's a verse in the OAHSPE where the Creator, he says something like, I have to translate it because I can't remember where it's at. And he basically says, man, why don't you learn to exercise a little patience, and wait and just wait and watch me, and watch how I come through. Why haven't you looked in the past and remembered me? Why don't you consider what I've already done, man? Why haven't you learned? You see? I'm gonna come through. I'm not going anywhere. See? That's why I'm talking to y'all now, man. Creator, he blesses you. He'll bless you. Bless you. That's a stupendous blessing. It helps when you're ready to receive it. Meaning, whether you are blessed or not with whatever it is that you were requesting. Because I requested the Creator. I laid my needs at his feet, and then I walked away. I said, I need a way to transport my power chair so that I can make my appointments. I can go here, I can go there, grocery shopping, and don't have to, I just simply made my request, and I walked away from it. And so when next week rolls around, and even if I'm wrong, I'm going to testify how it went either way. But I ain't going nowhere. Green tea. So anyway, I got something here on the screen. And you, brother, too, man, now that I'm on it, you can come. I don't have to do these readings and videos and stuff. I mean, you can come, you can take the mic and testify. I don't have to share anything. I'll turn the program over to you. You come on, click on the link. And if you feel like you want to bless brethren, I'll just give the floor to you, and then I'll lean back and listen. and let you bless me too. See? So that's why I bought this software. We should talk to one another, man. We should let each other know how it's going about the blessing you came under. That's what this channel is for. That's all it is. We in a situation in the world, man, where it's only us. Creator, he got us in a situation. We in the womb, we waiting to be born spiritually. We got the great, most incredible opportunity the world has ever seen, which is to shape yourself spiritually, to shape yourself. If you can meet that template, man, that the Creator lays down, that template, if you can stay within that template, man, peace, love, righteousness, serving your brother, brotherhood of man, brother, if you could get within that template and stay there, the Creator is saying the sky's the limit for us spiritually. The sky's the limit, man. To be servants, serving one another, to be exalted, and then that equals exaltation. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. We work on ourselves, meaning we work on our minds. And then when the Creator say, okay, I'm going to put a situation on you. And then you respond spiritually. See, that's how it works. From what I can see in the OAHSPE, we working on it, That's why, I posted something the other day in one of the rooms. I should show you the rooms that if somebody's new and you're looking at this video and you try to find out what it's all about, I should show you these rooms that you can go to where you can have fellowship with us. You can have fellowship with us where we post things from the OAHSPE Practical Guidebook. For the sake of other brethren, they come in, they read it, they come under a blessing. And then it translates to endurance. It translates to enduring. That's the key right there. Because the world has got a strong pull. Now, here's one of his rooms right here. All right. You click on the link, description area, the video here. That's one of the rooms we like to share one another, from the OAHSPE Practical Guidebook. Here you go, another room. All right. Click on the link and join us. Here you go, my room, where that's my mom's food ministry. And if there's a brother that's getting down like this, this type of ministry, you need someone to join in with. I'm with you. I am with you. I'm with you, brother. You can contact me. Here's the name of my room. You can join with us, or you got some choices there. See? Now, the reading is going to be part 2 of where I left off yesterday, Ouranothen. And the video is called Faith, Struggle, and Divine Presence. So that's what it's going to cover. I'm going to read a couple of chapters from that. And then I'm going to wrap it up. All right. Now, this is something that I came across just today, right? What I got on the screen here. I can't go into all of it because it's kind of lengthy. You can see it's kind of lengthy, But you can stop the video if you want. Now, this is another testimony, and I think it was a lady. And I think she was a Suis or Sargis. A Suis or a Sargis. And I'm glad you're here, Sharice. You bless me. Now, here's the lady here, right? I think she was a Sargis, a Suis or a Sargis. I was looking for the source of this, all this information, and it came down to her. And a lot of what she said, it harmonizes with the practical guidebook, the OAHSPE. See? That's the lady I got highlighted right there. If you want to look her up and read her work, right there. So that's the source of this right here. And what she did is she just exposing Christianity. She just exposed, the OAHSPE is say that somebody who testifies of, shoot, I have to translate it. Somebody who testifies like being a Suis or a Sargis, people who can see the spiritual, that testimony is impregnable. Now, a person, from what I can understand, they could be a Suis or a Sargis and they not be a faithist. So we got to be careful because people fall. People fall for esoteric. We talk about them a lot here on the channels. They're subjective spiritualists. I'm telling you, man, those are some dangerous people. They can be some dangerous people. What's the scariest thing ever, Cherise? People, I mean, we in a world, if you go online, you have to be really careful online, man. You got to be careful. We need to faith this. I mean, we need the creator. We need the creator and praise the creator. He tell you how to discern spirits. Spirits, righteous spirits, negative spirits. He tell you how to do it. Basically, they will testify either of themselves or they'll testify of the creator. Hey, Sharice, you want to take the link? I mean, you want to take the mic and talk about it? Tell us what you talk about. You said a spirit saved my life. If you want, you can take the link. I mean, if you want to share it to brethren, just scroll up and click on the link if you want to come on. Only thing with Sharice, man, if she take the mic, man, make sure you got a seatbelt nearby. See, everybody got the cold. Because, well, number one, she a Taurus. And they don't say much, man. See, that's why I got this orange juice, too. Yeah, right before I was coming on, man, I was thinking, I was like, man, I can't do it. And then that dude knocked on the door. It's just like the creator, man, I mean, he just, So number one, the sisters are Taurus. And number two, when they open their mouth, man, and start talking, they just blow you away, I'm telling them are some deep people, man. Oh man. Okay, so the sister say she under the weather. So creator, I pray a healing and restore the sister to good 100% health and the rest of my brethren. so she'll feel better along with my other brethren. Elijah, he said he was a little bit under the weather too. Creator. All right. So if nobody wants to come on and testify or anything, now here, what I got on the screen, I think this lady was a Suis or Sargis. And she basically testified of the deception the whole world is under. Now, I'm not going to go into it. If you want, you can stop the screen and you could read it for yourself. But she gives an account of Christianity. All right. Now, I was going to pick up right here and read. I'll highlight it. I was going to read, and I'll read as much as I can before the start of the reading. Now, this is her testifying about what she was shown. All right. And if you study it, it harmonizes with the OAHSPE. It harmonizes with Esra 47. I think it's Esra 47 and maybe other verses. She says, I am shown, and may the Creator bless the reading of this word. She says, I am shown that there is but little real value in the scriptures. They are a mass of clay, comparatively modern, with here and there a little bit of gold. The angel whom I saw before, who told us to burn the Bible, now puts it in the fire. So she's describing a vision she had. The angel whom I saw before and who told us to burn the Bible now puts it in the fire, and there comes out a few pages only of matter, which is original and divine. So she's saying in the Bible, it is profitable for wisdom, but you have to know how to, it is profitable. A lot of it is profitable for wisdom. She said all the rest is interpolation and alteration, the Bible. This is the case with Old Testament and New. She said Isaiah and the prophets. She said Isaiah is a great mixture. It is all fragments and various sources just thrown together. The book of Genesis was one large parable, and so are all the legends and wanderings of Israel. All is mixed up with fiction. Moses wrote none of it. And similarly with all books of the law and prophets, all are made up in this manner. Here and there is an original piece of ancient revelation, but these are largely interspersed with additions and embellishments, commentaries, and applications to the times by copyists and interpreters. And when the angel told us to put the Bible in the fire, he meant separate the gold from the dross and the clay. That's good advice. As for the Gospels, they are mostly entirely parabolical. Religion is not historical and in no wise depends upon past events. For past faith and redemption do not depend upon what man did, but on what God has revealed. Jesus was not the historical name of the initiate and adept whose story is related. Yeah, his name was Zarathustra. It is a name given him in initiation. His birth, the manner of it, his being lost and found by his parents in the temple, his lying 3 days in the tomb, all are parabolic. As also is the story of the ascension. The scriptures are addressed to the soul and make no appeal to the outer senses. The whole story of Jesus is a mass of parables, the thing that occurred to him being used as symbols. Thus, the crucifixion represents the soul's sufferings. The resurrection is transmutation, and the life and ascension are a prophecy of what is possible to man. She said, the real, original gospel is that of John. that others came long afterwards, and all were written long after the time of Jesus. Jesus largely wrote the Apocalypse by the hand of John as he sat with him on the mountain. This was many years after the ascension, as his disappearance on the hill was termed. The Apocalypse was rather a recovery than an original composition of Jesus. The gospel life of Jesus is made up of the lives of all the divine teachers before him and represents the best world had then. The best the world had then. And the best it has in it to be. And it is therefore a prophecy. The recorded life of Jesus epitomized all the teachers before him and the possibilities of mankind someday to be realized. The beautiful feet of the messengers on the mountains arc, the first rays of the rising sun and the coming salvation, seen by the watchers from the spiritual heights, the shepherds who tend their flocks, even their own pure hearts and thoughts. They it is who see from the hills the coming of God, the demonstration of the divinity that is in humanity while the world below is wrapped in darkness. So I think that this is a good summation. It's another summation of the deception of Jesus. But like the sister told me, Asenath, about there are 2 or 3 Jesuses in antiquity. I know one of them is Zarathustra and Iesu. So it seems like sometimes she refers to Jesus and sometimes she doesn't. Reading this, the way you can explain it is that the New Testament Jesus is different from the other ones, Iesu and Zarathustra. But if you read Esdras, it goes into Luomong and inspiring Constantine to introduce Christianity to the world. So you have to kind of put them together. This is another piece of the puzzle about Christianity. It helps you to put it together. Again, the lady's name is Anna Kingsford, and you have to know that she must have been a Suis or Sargis. So that's the source. So if you want to read more, you can go down here. And I'll do it to where if you want to stop the screen, you can stop it and get the whole thing and read it. Okay. All right. So, hey, homie, all right, brother. All right, brother. He said post the link. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's a good idea. Post the link. So, you know, it's another testimony. See, and see, it's more confirmation of Christianity. I mean, it's really being exposed, man. I mean, for real. What scholars are doing to that Bible is the most amazing. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's time for the reading of the word. And you cannot talk to people. The grip that the beast kingdom has, it's unbreakable. The grip, I'm telling, that's one thing. See, I'm still kind of new in the faith as a faithist. So a lot of the things I see, I mean, it's like a little child and how they just are amazed. They are amazed. You know, you brethren, you are like weathered, grizzled, tried and true brethren. So these things don't have the same effect on you as it does on me. Yeah, check it out, Omian. You know, I know you can get a whole lot out of this, way more than I can. So I'm just, I just want to, I read a lot of these things, and I'm still astounded. I hope I never lose that childlike wonder at what the Creator is doing. I hope I never lose that, man. Really keep me going what he's doing. You cannot break the beast, man. That people will not. I remember, a brother told me, man, actually it was my cousin who's in prison. And he said, hey, man, he said, look, he said, Yaquab, he said, I don't care what you tell me. He said, just don't ever try to make me stop worshiping Jesus. He said, whatever you do, man. He said, don't ever try to make me stop worshiping Jesus. I said, man, you in jail. Why couldn't your God keep you out of jail, man? Now that's not good logic, really. I don't think, to reason with somebody, because I was trying to turn him on to the Creator. I sent him an OAHSPE. And it showed you the grip that the beast, it got on people. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's telling you the grip. It's real. Time for the reading of the word. So the name of the reading is going to be oh shoot, I clicked off on it. It's going to be Ouranothen from the book of Ouranothen. And I'm going to pick up where I left off the other day during the reading. Ouranothen. I clicked off on it, so let me click back on it. Bear with me 1 second. And the name of the video yesterday was Struggle, Divine Presence, and I forget the other word. It was something struggle and divine presence. And I forget the other word. So we're going to pick up on that theme, book of Ouranothen. And it depicts the struggle and the divine presence and something else, another word, I forget what it was. It depicts the divine presence, the struggle, and there was one more word I used in yesterday's video. Can't remember what it was. So it's just a good thing to remember as we read Ouranothen here. So I believe I left off at chapter 4. All right. All right. Why? Okay, may the Creator bless the reading of this word. Chapter 4, Ouranothen. It says, the words of Ouranothen, by grace and power of the Creator, God of all peoples, faith be yours within you for your own redemption. First come signs and presentiments, then belief, and after that faith, which is followed by works. And this law is for all the living. Now, here's a footnote over here. It looks kind of long, so I won't read all of it. You can read it if you. The footnote is right here for 1248. Oh, you can read that. A little long, so I can't get into it. And this law is for all the living, whether man, bird, or beast, or creeping thing, there being signs and presentiments to all the living according to what concerns them. Behold, the times of heaven and earth are made of summers and winters, in other words, cycles or seasons, for all things, a time when the harvest of one revelation or one doctrine comes to its ripening, and a time after when it is gathered in by the Father and is known no more except perhaps as a myth. See, and when you think about this, it's very interesting because this is the changing nature of well, I shouldn't say nature, but this is the mode of operation of the Creator, and is why a lot of people in our reality can't move with the Creator, can't move with him. People cannot move with the Creator, man. I'm telling you, the pain of knowing that is, I don't have no more tears to cry. I'm all cried out. It's just a terrible thing, man. You know, it's a terrible thing, man. The ignorance to the spiritual life is full, man, of twists and turns. And I remember my cousin he said, Kurt, the problem with you is you change your doctrine every 5 years. And I tried to tell him and say, hey, bro, but I don't quit, though. I don't quit. You know, spirituality is not a straight line, man. It's crooked. It's up and down. It's left and right. It's to see if you'll endure. Well, are you able to endure? You know, in a relationship, is it all straight and smooth? Or at the first drop of the hat, are you out of there? Spirituality is a relationship. You know, it's left, it's right, it's up, it's down. You know, it ain't a straight line. You know, it's forward, it's backwards, it's forward again. You know, that's the Creator. That's the way he described the serpent as, you know, twisting and turning and, you know, vortexes around all the planets. And it ain't one smooth operation. See, that's what he's saying here. You got summers and winters and cycles and seasons and time for harvest. This revelation. Okay, that one's no good. Now another revelation. That's what he's saying right there. See? People can't move with the Creator. You can't move with the Creator, man. You can't move with him. You having trouble moving with him. You know? It's a terrible shame, man. Christianity, Mohammedanism, Hindu, Buddhism, you can't move with him. You don't even know him. To one age, God bestows revelation on man according to what is good for man. But when it is fulfilled his word, God gathers it in and bestows another revelation. Such are the works of Jehovah. Neither can man nor angel stop his hand. To Greece, to Egypt, to India, he gave many self-gods, according to the necessities of the times of light of man, so that man could be raised up through belief and faith. So did he give them self-gods and doctrines suited to them. And man became tenacious of self-gods. He hung on to them. He wouldn't let them go, you know? He would not. My cousin said, man, he said, hey, look, man. He said, I don't care what you tell me. Just don't tell me, because he sensed where I was going. He sensed it. He sensed it. You know? Until I finally came flat out, because when an inmate call you, you can only talk to them for like 5 or 10 minutes at a time. You got to talk. They only are able to call you and speak to you for like a couple minutes. Okay. So when you talk to them, you got to hit them. You got to make your point fast. You got to make it fast. So he saw where I was going, because I knew I had to be fast. And I was trying to tell him about Beast Kingdom as a religion. And then he came out and said, hey, look, man, he said, whatever you do, don't tell me to stop worshiping Jesus Christ. He said, you can tell me anything else. See, just like the scriptures say here, and man became tenacious of his self-gods. truly making idols of them and depending on the self-gods and angels to accomplish by intercession and otherwise man's ultimate exaltation in heaven. See, talked about Christianity. See, it's all on Jesus. You know, he did it all. You know, Jesus did it all. Faith minus works is salvation. Isn't that what they say? Meaning you just, name it and claim it, brother. And then just sit back and live like the devil. It's all good. You crossed the border. You made confession, man. It's all good. See, I'm dependent on you, dependent on Jesus, good old Jesus. He did it all. And an American man, mankind, if they can play you for a sucker, you will get played. The only problem is you end up playing yourself too. See, you play yourself. You carry that mind over to yourself. You constantly, you sitting there thinking you can play somebody because you can play God, tricking, duping, fooling, take advantage of them. And you end up doing it to yourself. See, that's the problem right there. It says, so man ceased to work out his own salvation. He quit, It's all on him. He did it for me, Because in this reality, you can pay people to do things for you. See? And then it crosses over into your spirit and it makes an easy inroad for religion. You tend to think the same way about religion now, That's the message. That's the vibration that's on religion. You join up, and then the God that I pray to will take it from there. So man ceased to work out his own salvation. He ceased to look to see the Creator. He calls working out your own salvation by learning to minister and serve your brethren. Also, by learning to elevate in your spirit. That's working out your own salvation. See? That's why you're so precious. Because you know this. This is information. This should be paid for information. My videos, my brethren's videos. If you were to put a price on it, man, you talking seriously about $300,000 a word. Don't laugh, man. How can you put a price on something that's eternal and will, It says, so man, see, he saw, since it's all, all he got to do is make confession. So since he can rely on his self-God, so man ceased to work out his own salvation, depending on his self-gods to save him. Even in his crimes and blasphemy. And Jehovah caused disbelievers and signs and miracles to overrun these people. And he raised new prophets to them, rebuking them for their unrighteous behavior. What is unrighteous behavior? Because you won't take personal responsibility for your own spirituality and eternal salvation, your eternal spiritual abode. You won't take responsibility. You relying on others. You relying on self-gods. That's unrighteous behavior. It says the adherents of the past revelations rose up in might and slew the prophets of God, declaring them breakers of the laws of man. Nevertheless, it came to pass with all these peoples, their many self-gods went away from them, and the new revelations took root in the persecution and death of God's prophets, the real prophets, the Creator's prophets. Nevertheless, it came to pass with all these peoples, their many self-gods went away from them, and the new revelations took root in the persecution and death of God's prophets. Let me see. Am I saying that right? Am I thinking that right? Let me look at it again. Nevertheless, it came to pass with all these peoples, their many self-gods went away from them, and the new revelations took root in persecutions and death of God's prophet. Okay, yeah, I am. I'm saying it right. In our day, these revelations and us telling people come out of her, come out of the beast kingdom, to know what religion, what the beast kingdom is, it would engender the wrath of, I imagine it would engender the wrath of the gods of the beast kingdom too, because we're breaking down their kingdom, exposing their kingdom. So in that way, I can see why the creator, I get the flavor from the OAHSPE when reading it is really don't share it, don't proselytize, don't try to be out front. Don't try to, let the creator, let him lead, to let him grab them and tell them where they can attain to his voice. Let him do the work. He'll guide them. You go about just serving your brethren, build up your brethren, and then don't try to get out in the world. Let him take care of that. You just go to your brethren, your like-minded brethren, and try to build them up, is the flavor I get from the OAHSPE. Such are the cycles upon the earth. They are as the harvest of the Almighty, which he gives to the different peoples of his creations. Here is wisdom, O man, to heed the signs of Jehovah's seasons and the march of his dominion on the earth. The march of his dominion on the earth. Learn his cycles and seasons. Of the times of AG, the times of GAN, those are part of the cycles of his seasons. We're in the time of AG right now. That's warfare. I would imagine there may be an overlap with Gia and AG. Gia is epidemics, it's diseases, Brother Cosmin Cow said that it ended a month ago, I think, or a month ago, Gia, that it ended. I don't know. The brother is on another level. But I mean, that's what he said. He said it ended, but it seemed like you look, and I don't know. They talk about this new bird flu now, and so we'll see. I don't know. It says, here is wisdom, O man, to heed the signs of Jehovah's season and the march of his dominion on the earth, not allowing yourself to become bound by the things of the past while the signs of the Almighty rise up before you. Not allowing yourself to become bound by things of the past while the signs of the Almighty rise up before you. And that's another problem, that we're under right now. Bound by the things of, you cannot move with the creator. You can't move with him. You cannot move with him. And we can't force you. Not allowing yourself, the creator say, don't allow yourself to become bound by things of the past while the signs of the Almighty rise up before you. Rise up before you. You got brethren. They talking about the Cosmin era, signs of the creator rising up before you. You got brethren. They talking to you about Pluto going into Aquarius next Tuesday. Signs rising up before you. You got brethren. They telling you, hey, the beast kingdom is being exposed. Signs rising up before you. The creator says, don't disregard that, man. Don't disregard it. Not allowing yourself to become bound by things of the past while signs of the Almighty rise up before you. He says, neither judge the ways of God by the little that is done in the corner, nor by prejudices deep-rooted in your own understanding because your birth and surroundings. So can't look at the creator. I mean, overall, he says God, the creator is using God here, but the same is true for the creator, that we can't judge by the anomalies of life, can't judge the whole by something a little, Well, what's a good word for it? Well, what he says here is perfect. Neither judge the ways of God by the little that is done in a corner. Maybe like I'll give you an example. Like um Brother Newbro in Shalem. A lot of people like to point to that and say that y'all, the whole faiths are off. Y'all, your everything you believe. See, just because of what that brother did, and there were some problems, and you know how people are. They focus on what was wrong, and make that a whole big, make it the issue, See, they judge by the little that is done in a corner. See, the little that is done in a corner, or by their own prejudices, deep rooted in your own understanding. Meaning, we, well, from what I can perceive, you got this bias in you, you got a prejudice in you, and then somebody hear you, and they make a judgment. Creator said, don't do that. Don't do that. Creator telling you how to discern, how to look at things. A good, wholesome approach is the proper way to make a good discernment and decision. When you're talking about the ways of the Creator, not by fragmented. You heard this, you saw that. This dude over there. He said this. So that's gospel right there to me. Because you got it in your heart. You don't want to believe. You want to find a reason not to believe the Creator. In your heart, He calling you to righteousness. That, brethren, with all the faults that they have and the things that they say and do, good and well, the bottom line is this is a word that's good for it's good for you. It's good for the brotherhood of man, but you got something in you. You just want to hold on. You just want to hold on to that condemnating spirit. You just want to hold on to it, man. The Creator said, but survey broadly all over all the earth, considering what is good for all people, as to whether the doctrines and revelations are powerful enough to abolish poverty and war and all manner of crimes among men. So when you're looking at the OAHSPE and you hear the Creator say, you serve your brethren, you read the divine laws, the Zarathustrian laws, and it's all about self-abnegation. It's all about considering, the flavor of the OAHSPE, man, is unmistakable. It's the brotherhood of man. It's the brotherhood of man. It's my brother's keeper. My brother's keeper. Creator said, look at this. Tell me that won't work for all over the world. He said, the Creator hit the divine laws, the Zarathustrian laws. It tell you not to, things like don't look at your neighbor. Don't expose his faults. Look the other way. If somebody comes and say, hey man, that's my coat, or what is that verse in the OAHSPE? Or the second part of that verse where they where the OAHSPE tell you how to discern between the righteous and the unrighteous. It tell you how to discern between a righteous and an unrighteous angel, and basically how an unrighteous angel is going to point to itself and how a righteous angel is going to point to the Creator. Selflessness. That's that is surveying broadly. See, that'll work in America, you know, be your brother, look out for your brethren. You know, if you have a way that you can help them or lift them up, it'll work in the Middle East, you know, where if you see your brethren, you know, there's a way that you can build him up or you can benefit him. It'll work in the Far East or in Asia, Asiatic countries. The Creator, that's what he's saying here. He said, my doctrine is good for people of the whole earth. His revelations are powerful enough to abolish poverty, war, and all manner of crimes among men. That's what the Creator is saying. Look at that. Look at that. Don't look at the misunderstandings of men. Learn what the broad implication, learn the broader, look at the macro, the big picture of what the Creator, what he's asking man to do. That's what's called the template, you know? The template, man, is good for all. Good for all. Everybody. It will abolish poverty. It will abolish war and all manner of crimes among men. See? That's where we don't need no governor. We don't need no attorney general. We don't need no lawyers. We don't need no prosecutors, because the Creator is in every man's heart to do what he knows is right, man, without needing to be told. He does it organically, automatically. See? This is the guide your Creator gave to you so that you could learn the prophecy concerning the administration of your God, remembering that Jehovah is the only master of life and death, because whomever he is quickened into life is his, and death is his decree in his own time and way. And whatever comes between man and his Creator, visiting death upon his brother, wages war against his Creator. You see the trouble the world's in? Look at that verse right there. And whoever comes between man and his Creator, meaning you visit death upon your brother. You visited upon him. You go to war with him. You bomb the hell out of him. Take his house. Kill his family. Like what's going on in the Middle East. The Creator say you wage war against the Creator. You wage war against the Creator. You see? Do you think he's playing? The Creator says, I'm the one that decides when the man is lives and dies. I'm the one who'll do that. That means you leave him alone. You don't interfere with that. He said, whoever then presumes to engage in death no longer fulfills the righteousness of God. See? You know, people pick up a gun so easily, and they'll squeeze the trigger so easily. And man, and you know, it ain't nothing for you to take a life. It ain't nothing for you. And you know, but what about when your time comes and you never made peace with that? And do you know that the Creator said that the person that you murdered, do you know he said that person going to be waiting for you? That person is going to be waiting for you, man. You know? And kings and queens and tyrants, those people that you abused, that you ruled over harshly, the Creator, you better think, man. You know? That sends chills up and down my spine, man. You know? Wow. I think about that all the time, man. You know, I had a thought today, hey, Yaiquab, you may, and I didn't even need this thought, but it came to me where respect the servant. Like the people who come over and do my bandaging on my legs, you know. I make sure I show them respect, man. It's been that way for a long time now. Creator, he make you respect the servant. See, in the world, you know, you see how servants get treated. You know, hey, come here, boy. Shine my shoe. Give me a piece of chicken, boy. Put some hot sauce on it, boy. The servant, man. The servant. The servant. That's the servant you doing that to. You think that the creator don't care nothing about the servant. Man, you messing up. By which sign you shall judge all people who engage in war, and know in truth whether their doctrines and their self-gods are appropriate to establishing the Father's kingdom on earth. So the creator, he's telling you, this is how you can look at the world. This is how you can look at it. You can see if we living in a situation where the creator is being glorified, whether his kingdom is progressing, whether it's here on earth or not. You can see it. You can tell for yourself. Let that be a warning to you too. See? Let that be a warning. Let it be a warning. Not allowing yourself to be blinded by their pretensions and professions of peace, but by their practice. Observing if they have more faith in weapons of war and standing armies than in Jehovah. This is one of the signs also, in addition to the infidelity and necromancy, which the footnote says, which aside from evil spirit manifestations includes fawning over spirits of the dead. He said, this is one of the signs also, in addition to the infidelity and necromancy, from which you shall surely prophesy that the old doctrines and revelations have fulfilled their time with mortals. All right. So, brethren, I'm going to let that be the reading of the word for today, and I'm going to pick up again, the Creator willing, Monday. I'm going to let that be the end of the reading of the word, the Creator's word in Ouranothen. And man, you know, I want to say so. Oh, let me put the link in the room again in case anybody wants to give any final thoughts. I'll put the link in the room. But I'm minded to talk again. That last verse that we read about the Creator telling us how we can, discern the nature of the kingdoms that rule over us. You know, I talked a little bit about, and I know you, brother, are not geopolitical. So Nazarene posted the final verse. So my sign to wrap it up. I'm gonna share real quick. Now, you know, we just had an election, and Donald Trump is picking his administration. Now, Donald Trump is a Gemini working on his lower vibration, and the alarm. And the vibration that's going out in the world, and the pundits, people who follow these type of things, are in an uproar because he's appointing his cabinet. He told the people one thing, and this is endemic of a Gemini working on their lower vibration. They're very changeable. They're very, what's a good word for? They're moving targets. They are, Prince. Remember the musician Prince? He was Gemini, and he was a moving target, right? He showed a Gemini very well. He was like two people in one. And Trump is really, really coming out with his lower vibration. He's really coming out with his lower vibration. I mean, really. And what that means is his loyalties is to, number one, is to money. His loyalties are to money. Okay. Number two, his loyalty is to white people. Okay. That's why he's going to move the immigrants out of, he's going to go after them. Number three, I should have put this first. It should have been first, he is in it for himself. He loves himself. He's a narcissist. Okay. And then the other two things come after that. He's going to serve the interests of money. And he's for his own kind, which is white people. And he is going to, self, Satan. Yeah. Well, the self is Satan, you know. The good thing is that most of us, we have that. It applies to us too. Satan is us, the Satan in us, but we can't do anything about it. We can't influence the world. The problem is that when you got leaders and they serve on a level, serve Satan on a high level, and they can affect you. They got power. They can do things that my point is this. He just got elected and he is surrounding, he's doing what's called, he's making up his cabinet, for the different departments, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary for Foreign Affairs. And, these are people who influence his decision making. And the people that he is appointing is going straight to war. They don't they do not care. They do not care about anybody but their own kind. Anyone but their own kind. And he's surrounding himself with people who feel the way. See, he got in front of, when he was campaigning, a true Gemini, man. Saying, he even prided himself. He did something that he tries me. This is one guy that tries me. He so far as he can make you hate him. Because as the older you get, like I am, I'm in my 60s, and now you see a little clearer. And I never really cared about politics a whole lot. I just didn't care, But now I look at people and I like to see whether the creator is influencing them or not. And I see how these people play people, these political leaders. See, that's why it said in the OAHSPE, remember? Give me 2 more minutes. Just bear with me. I'm going to wrap it up. When the brother put the verse up, it's time to close it down. Nazarene. When you get older, even if you ain't spiritual, you learn how people are. When you learn the OAHSPE, it's even more deeper. I mean, how, people, how they really are. The OAHSPE said that only rogues are going to accept your great offices in our day. That's where we live now. We know now that the people who accept the great political governmental offices are rogues. They are rogues. The creator said it. And so we're going to witness, and we in the time of Ag, we in the time of Cosmic. Pluto is going into Aquarius next Tuesday. And it's like the creator is showing you left and right, brother. I have to put you down. I got to put that kingdom down. When a government don't serve the people, the creator said he put up guardrails, which means rebellions, assassinations. It means anarchy. Creator telling you, he's telling you, this is what this is what you got to look forward to. And the events, the political events of the day are screaming exactly what the creator has said is he's going to let come to pass. See, I love what a brother told me. He said, when the light from above is pressing down on the earth, it pushes the darkness down to where we are. That's the creator. He pushing the light. The light is getting great, coming greater and greater. And the darkness of atmosphere, it gets pushed down to the earth. and that means events of the earth. So it's time for me to wrap it up. My only thing in saying all this is that we should run, man. We should just run. We should gravitate close. We should just take and redeem the time. Redeem the time, brethren. That means learn. It means meditate. It means sow to your spiritual self, man. Not to give up your corporeal self. We're supposed to have a balance, have good understanding concerning both, good balanced approach, but to not neglect the spiritual, to meditate, to pray, to think on the Creator and have conversations, ask, the will for your life. And there's part of the OAHSPE where say, when you wake up, ask Creator, what do you want me to do today? What do you want me to learn today? And then at the end of the day, you say, just like what the brother posted here, while my corporal body sleeps, O Jehovah, help my less encumbered spirit to see the ways of your righteous judgment. That's a beautiful verse right there. So anyway, brethren, that's the best I can do. Next week gonna be I don't know whether the Creator will decide to mark Tuesday, mark it or not. He might not. It seems like the Creator, he works. He lets things develop. But we can know spiritually. You, brother, can now know that spiritually, Tuesday after Tuesday, and I'm filled with optimism to personally. I think that it's going to be, I think that Tuesday represents the top of the hill, and now it's downhill for the evil kingdom, while at the same time it's raising up of the faithless kingdom. The Creator, he said that more people was going to, more and more were going to come into our community. More and more people. Boy, I look forward to that. Tuesday, I think it's the high water mark for taking away the Capricorn system of self and riches and materialism and tyranny and power and authority of a few, and time of Aquarius, man. That's power to the people. Power to the people, man. So that's the best I can do for today. Man, I thank you, brother, for joining me. Creator, thank you for my brethren. We anxiously await Pluto going into Aquarius, where you say more and more brethren are going to come into our number, our community, and that the current system of war, bloodshed, and hatred is coming to its conclusion. And so we wait anxiously. Creator, give us the patience, wisdom, knowledge, understanding that we need in order to see to it that we elevate into our highest spirit. We had a few brethren who were sick today in the room. Pray, Creator, that they might come into healing, that they would their affliction. Me too. I have I'm afflicted very this cold, this flu. I guess it's the season for it, and just pray for my brethren that these things will subside and go away at the earliest possible convenience. So, Creator, thank you, my brethren. All right, that's the best I can do, brethren. Until Monday, Creator willing, I'll be back. And until then, bless you, brethren. Thank you, brethren, having fellowship with me. Until I see you again on video, peace be unto you. Shalom.